us set up to sew, we've already talked about the type of thread and needle that we're going to use at the very beginning. We chose a 50/3 piecing thread, and we've threaded up with the 80/12 needle. At this point, I just want to give you a little tip here on feet. We want to use a regular straight stitch foot. And the reason we want to use a regular straight stitch foot is notice on the back side of these feet, the channels that are there. This is an open toe foot, which is what we want. We want to be able to get as close to the needle as we possibly can with our stiletto when we're piecing. But we don't want this channel in here because that will cause us problems in keeping things accurate. We want things nice and tight underneath the foot, so we're going to use a straight stitch foot. Now I have a straight stitch open toe foot, as you can see, and what I did actually was I asked my husband to tool out the center section there with a Dremel tool, and so he was able to get that out of the way so that I'm able to use this more accurately. If you have a little bit of trouble with your fabrics jamming, you might consider using a straight stitch throat plate as well. Instead of the zigzag opening that you usually have here, it has just a little tiny hole right there. This is excellent if you're going to be doing anything with very small units. You want to use a straight stitch throat plate, but you need to remember to take it out if you're ever going to do anything with a zigzag capability, or you'll be breaking some needles. All right, so let's get this foot on here. We want to set our machine up so that we are stitching with a 2.0 stitch length. We don't want to have a larger stitch length than that. We want to use needle down if we have it on our machine, and we're ready to sew. If you have the capability to reduce the pressure on the presser foot, I would recommend that you knock that down a little bit. The reason you want to do that is if you are sewing, let's say 2-3 inch pieces, and by the time you get to the end of that seam, one is a little bit bigger than the other, you've got too much pressure on your foot and you're going to have to reduce the pressure there, and that will help you a lot.